How do you think I'm sleeping? They're literally in the room next to me. They're bark. Ah! Can't sleep. Gertie and the dogs are all fighting, freaking out. You can't sleep. How are you going to do anything? And if I am in fact sleeping, Allie's waking up and she's cursing, swearing. Get back to sleep! Coach Greg, today it's all about sleeping. Sleeping is one of the most underrated things we do in all of athletic performance. Most of you just go to bed, sleep in whatever way you want, wake up and hope for the best. We put no thought into are we sleeping correctly, incorrectly, and how do we maximize our sleep and maximize our gains? If you don't sleep properly, how can you expect to grow properly? The first thing I want to mention is people think that if they wake up once or twice in the middle of the night that somehow their sleep is broken, that they're doing it wrong. This is not the case. It is 100% normal to wake up once or twice during the night. Some of you, you're lucky. You're fortunate. You go to bed, your head hits the pillow, you go to sleep, and you wake up 8 hours later feeling amazing. Good for you. A couple percent of you, that's how it is. But for the rest of us, it's not so easy, and 1/3 of the population, in fact, suffers from insomnia. And if you suffer from insomnia, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You toss and turn, middle of the night, you can't fall asleep. You fall asleep, you sleep for an hour, wake up, can't get back to sleep. Or you might quite literally have night tremors like I have. So if you do in fact suffer from serious sleep issues, please go see your doctor. I do in fact have a sleep aid. I take it most nights, and it does in fact help me. Helps other people. I'm not saying everyone should take it, but go see your doctor, and if it can in fact help, it can be a game changer in your nightly sleeping routine. One common question or problem people often have is they wake up multiple times a night to pee. That is normal. I looked it up and it's called nocturia. If you wake up 2 or more times a night to pee, you have nocturia. Yeah, you have some label. Who gives a shit? You have something. Guess what? You probably drink too much water. Maybe you're on a diet, you're eating massive salads and drinking too much coffee. It's not a medical disorder to wake up twice during the night. I, on average, wake up 2 to 4 times a night to pee. It's just normal. It's the way I eat. I eat a lot of fiber, I drink a lot of liquids. My body wakes me up so I don't piss my friggin' pants in the middle of the night. It's not a bad thing. I'd rather get up and go pee than pee to bed, pee on Allie. She wouldn't like that. Would you like that? And it is in fact normal to wake up during the night. We have a circadian rhythm, 24-hour clock. But within that 24-hour clock, we also have periods of extreme fatigue and extreme wakefulness. During the night, your body is sometimes very sleepy and sometimes approaching being awake. Sometimes I'll wake up 4 a.m, wide awake, feeling amazing. Look outside. Why is it still dark? I'm ready to wake up. I go to bed again. 5 minutes later, I'm asleep. Wake up 7:30, daylight. I'm fatigued. What's going on? I just slept an extra 3.5 hours and now I'm more tired than when I woke up at 4. So depending on what part of your sleep cycle you're in, when you wake up, it's going to dictate whether you feel rested or asleep. This is normal. And on average, most people require 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. And the best way to get restful, quality sleep is to sleep at the same time each day. When it gets dark, because melatonin's release makes you get tired. And when it gets light out, the light actually makes melatonin go down and allows you to wake up. So if you're going to bed and waking up at the same time each day, that is very helpful. Shift work, it's not good. And that's why some people supplement with melatonin to help them sleep at night. But you don't want too much. Some people, they're going overboard, taking 10 milligrams a day. For most people, 3 milligrams should be sufficient to help them get restful sleep. And that is, in fact, one of the ingredients in my sleep aid. And so recently, Jeff Cavalier made a video saying how you sleep, it's going to affect everything. And if you don't sleep a certain way, probably going to ruin your posture, make it difficult to train in the gym effectively. I don't believe a word of it. I think it's bullshit. It's just my opinion. I don't know this for sure. But to me, the best way to go to sleep is the way your body most feels comfortable to go to sleep. Is it on your back? On your side, legs in the air, feet elevated. So in my opinion, you should sleep the way you want to sleep. Unless your girlfriend complains. I used to sleep on my back, but guess what? Snore all the freaking time. So what would happen? I'm sleeping on my back, fall asleep, and I'm snoring, and I'm getting nudged, punched, slammed, pushed over. Wake up, I can't sleep. So I snored. So I had to learn to sleep on my side. So sometimes you can't just sleep the way you want. You have to sleep the way that makes the most sense for you and your partner. So here are some reasons why people can't sleep properly and what you can do about it. First, you're in pain. If you break your elbow, it's uncomfortable. If you turn a little bit, it hurts and it wakes you up in the middle of the night. I have that. It's not fun. So if you're in pain, there's not much you can do, but try to alleviate that pain. Try to sleep in whatever position doesn't cause you to feel the pain. Does that make sense? So if you're hurting, do something to hurt less. Maybe you need medication. I don't know. Go see your doctor. Next, sleep apnea. If you have breathing problems, you're choking in the middle of the night, do something about it. Go see a doctor. Get a CPAP machine. You can't expect to have a good night's quality sleep if you have a 20-inch neck and you're 50 pounds overweight and you're a professional bodybuilder. Get the equipment you need to allow yourself to sleep better than last time. If you're waking up 5 times a night to pee, drink less water. You don't need it. Stop with the caffeine. Don't drink pre-workout within a few hours of bedtime. It doesn't make sense. And just so you know, if you're on a low-carb diet or on keto or trying to lose weight and you're in a calorie deficit, your body doesn't hold on to as much water. You don't have the glycogen, you don't have the water. Lower glycogen levels lead to less water retention, so you're peeing more often. So if you're on a low-carb diet, dieting, eating less, expect to wake up and pee more often. First time I did a bodybuilding competition, I was in high school. I was peeing 5+ times a night. Parents thought there was a problem, drove me to the doctor. He's waking up so many times to pee. Doctor said, well, what are you doing? Well, I'm drinking 8 liters of water a day and on a diet. And there's your answer. It's not rocket science, people. If you're peeing too many times at night, you have too much water, drink and consume less fluids. Noise. Do you know we have 11 animals in this house right now? And the dogs, they start barking and won't stop. And if that's at 6:30, how do you think I'm sleeping? They're literally in the room next to me. They're bark. Ah! Can't sleep. Gertie and the dogs are all fighting, freaking out. You can't sleep. How are you going to do anything? And if I am in fact sleeping, Allie's waking up and she's cursing, swearing. Get back to sleep. Here's something you can do. You can actually wear earbuds. I have the earbuds. You put them in and you listen to soothing sounds, the water crashing. It's loud enough that you can sleep and stay asleep, but not so loud that if the fire alarm goes off, that you stay asleep and die. That's what I do. And light. When you go to bed at 6 in the morning after being out all night, and it's daylight at 6:30 and you see the light, hard to sleep. And so try to make the room as dark as possible, because once the daylight comes in, you're going to lose melatonin and it'll more likely make you want to wake up. Next, medications, drugs, alcohol. All these can affect your sleep, make it more difficult to get to sleep and stay asleep. Even smoking marijuana help you get to sleep, but maybe the quality is not as good. But hey, it's a lot better to be asleep than tossing and turning with insomnia all night long. So please do talk to your doctor if that's a remedy for you. Next, anxiety and stress. You wake up in the middle of the night and all you can think is, I haven't paid my bills, I'm getting kicked out, my girlfriend's going to find out I'm cheating on her with my circle friend, and panic mode. It sets in, you don't know what to do, and you can't sleep. And so if you do have anxiety or stress, minimize it. And what can you do? You can actually take things like in the sleep aid, it helps calm you down, relax the body. That can help you. If you don't want to take herbs and pills, that is fine. Get rid of the stress. But if you can't get rid of it, minimize it. Next, caffeine and other stimulants. Obviously, if you're drinking coffee after coffee, taking pre-workouts or whatever rec drugs that are getting you amped up, how in the hell are you going to sleep? You're freaking revving to go. You're not going to want to go and rest and fall asleep. So be careful what medications you do or do not take. Next, the temperature. How are you going to get to sleep if it's freaking 90 degrees? You wake up in the middle of the night sweating. What I do, I have a fan. It's blowing on me. That helps me. Studies have shown temperatures below 70 degrees, somewhere 60 to 70, make it easier and better to sleep. So if it's too hot, Make it colder somehow. And some other things that people already know. Don't stare at your cell phone all night. The blue light makes it harder to sleep. I know it's tempting. How are you not going to do it? And here's what I do. If I'm waking up and I can't sleep and it's 20 minutes, give up. Wake up and do something productive. You're already awake. Why lay in bed for 3 hours trying to sleep? Allie, she disagrees. She will lay there and think of blackness for 3 hours. I'm like, what do you do for 3 hours? I just think of the dark. Doesn't work for me. I'm going to get up and start recording videos. Start working. I'm going to bed earlier the next night. You can't always have the perfect night of sleep, but hey, if you can improve your sleep a little bit, make it better than last time, then you simply can't go wrong. Ending it here. GregDoucette.com for coaching. Greg Doucette IB Pro. Please watch the boobs. Don't forget, harder than last time supplements, including the sleep aid. That's the one we've been talking about tonight. It does, in fact, help me. It might help you. Not saying you have to get it, but if you want, go get it or see your doctor. Subscribe, click the bell button, and until next time, I am out.